streaming with?
Oh, goodness. Just load up. Load, 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 load. Alright. Who's online? Red is online. Probably won't go in. Nope. Won't go in. Seems like when it says 49, you cannot get in, so we'll just go in. We're not doing anything expensive anyway, or too party hardy, or should I say. We're just going to go in and do a mission. I think I'll just do a delivery real quick and then see what I want to do. We have join channel local. I think I'm on all stars. Where I park this time. Yep. Something seems a little shaky here. A little shaky. Yeah, we'll just take the Titan out here. Just go do a quick delivery. On to mobile glass. Mobile glass. Anything closer? Yeah, that one we ain't gonna do. Alright, we'll go to R&R, I guess. Lyria, both of them going to Lyria. Okay, CRUL4. Close mobile glass. Close mobile glass. I need to increase the... Whoops. Close comms. I thought I pressed that. Boom, 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 boom. Got fat feet. Got back feet. That's all there is to it. I did refuel this when I landed it, so it should be ready to go. Refueled, rearmed. Went out and did a couple claim jumpers this morning in this ship. Didn't stream it, but I did them. And this is my favorite little ship. Make no mistake about it. So versatile. Startup. Takeoff. I have grain systems. Range. But I gotta star map this. Yep. Star map. Crew L5, wasn't it? I swear that's where it was. Oh, it's 4. Ah. Close star map. Change view. Jump. Taking a scenic view. Just something a person's got to do occasionally. Off we go. Change view. Okay. Close comms. After you shut them off the first time, you always got to hit the button twice. Close comms. Close comms. Don't know why that does that. I don't know why it comes back on. I guess they're afraid you're going to miss all that chatter up there. Somebody complaining, you know, like me. And it's interesting to read sometimes, but when you're in VR, it's usually just a pain in the ass to use. Wasn't made for VR, so you actually got to look off your headset to be able to type in. And I would imagine somewhere I could get me a program that would give me speech to text that I could actually type into chat, but just doesn't interest me to do. Does that make me a bad person? When I'm grouped with somebody, we just use Discord, so it makes it easy. None of us have to worry about typing in chat. And a chat program in this game is just, it may work, it may not work. Occasionally I have got it to work. Most of the time it bugs. So the voice chat, that is, I just got it disabled.
I turn mine off in Mobi Glass when I don't want it on my screen.
Yeah, the thing about it is every time you quantum travel or change screens, change views, it pops back up. You would think you would be able to turn it off permanently, but you can't. Or at least it won't turn off permanently for me. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. That's a possibility. But as now you can see, I've got it turned off. But as soon as I change view or something, it's going to come right back up.
You can go in the comms setting and disable send to visor.
Mobile glass. Go into comms and disable send to visor. That'd be under manage.
In the Mobi glass there is a little gear next to the COMM channels.
Okay, got it, I think. Send to visor chat. Turn it off. And that keeps it off all the time? Well, we're going to give that a try. I did not know that was there. Close mobile glass. Because, yeah, normally every time I switch a view or something, let's see. Change view. Change view. Normally every time I change view and switch back, it comes around.
Unless you change servers.
Change view. Why did I just get knocked out of quantum travel? Oh, we're here. That might have something to do with it. Yeah, we're actually here. Range. Should be able to get a little closer. Jump. Yes, and yes, thank you. I did not know that was there, and it did stay off, so there you go. I did not know that switch was there. I will be spreading the word. Because, yeah, I just find it annoying in VR because, like I say, even though I can read it, it's not worth responding to. It's just too big a hassle. Then we're just doing a simple delivery pickup here. Just killing some time.
No problems. I think it was a feature that come in 3.7.
Well, I am, for one, very glad to learn about it. Because I have found that annoying for years. Turn it off, it turns right back on as soon as I do something. Alright, let's see if we can get some comms going here. Let's see. Let's do it up here. It's not going to give me comms up there. MFDs have bugs. Yeah, working all right here. Sure didn't want to work up there on that other panel. Maybe too small a panel. That may be its problem. I didn't try the other one. I like the shield panel up there, but I don't ever use that one. I really don't change everything over there very often. Landing mode. Oh, I'm going back the other way. Somebody there in Aurora, is that what's sitting there? On a pad that they're not supposed to be on? Now let's see if we can refuel this thing. Mobile glass. Looks like somebody's got an Aurora sitting down there, and it's sitting down there illegally. Yes, we can. Come on. Yeah, definitely somebody's Aurora. They ain't supposed to be on this pad. It doesn't look like their landing gear's down. Huh. Alright. You gotta go out to Lyria next. This ship doesn't hold a lot of fuel, so you gotta watch it. Because you'll get yourself stuck in the middle of nowhere. Wonder what the deal is. Huh. Somebody crash landed? Okay, I gotta find admin here. Oh, now it's gone. Okay. Say, I'm surprised. Lobby. Would have been nice if they told if you could check what pad you're on. You need to put numbers on them. Whoops. A little jumpy there. Let's see. Admin. Looks like it'll be upstairs. That guy's drunk. Platinum Bay. Need to go up the ladder, it looks like. Not one too hard to find. Some of them are way out on the other end of a creation. Look at it. Like we actually looked like we knew where we were going, but it wasn't true. We just got lucky. Probably get lost going back. Yep, probably get lost going back. Let's see. Come over this side. Do we go down the stairs? I don't remember going down the stairs. I guess we did. I remember seeing that on the right-hand side. So, yeah, frame rate's jumping a little bit here for some reason. Stuttered. Let's see if it's going to tell me where my ship is, or I got to guess. Only 100 damn pads here. Unknown. So wonderful. Got to guess. Well, no idea where it's at. Like I say, nothing's marked. Oh, we'll try pad 1. See if we get closer. Yeah, this is part of the system they really need to work on, so we can actually, like I say, I don't mind checking the kiosk. If the sometime you check the kiosk, it will tell you where your ship is. Well, it's definitely not on 1. But we're not too far away, so let's try 2. Oh, we're getting farther away, so it's not on 2. That ain't gonna work. Yeah, if I have to use every one of them, I'll wind up, recall my, she might be here, 81 meters, that's pretty close. Yes, there it is. And the aurora disappeared. Now, if you've got a Titan or any Renegade, any type of Avenger, remember you got to put stuff in the back. You can't climb the ladder with it. It's got to go in the back end. Do, do, do. And I used to just throw them down, but it seems like you get more tendency for them to fall through the bottom of your ship instead of placing them. So I've got the point I place them now instead of just dropping them. Because they will fall through your ship. All right. I got stars inside my ship. I saw that. Start up. Take off. Well, I should have turned the other way, huh? Yep. Should have turned the other way. Range. It's too far away. It's not going to pick up. Range. Oh, we are going to get to our corp. All right. Jump. Change view. We'll be gone before I get turned around. Change view. Yeah, this little ship will not make a round trip across the solar system. Holds, I don't know, 580 QT fuel. I mean, you can get everywhere, but you have to remember if you want to go back to refuel, or you'll get yourself stuck somewhere. Which it's a small carrier. It's not supposed to fly across the solar system very many times. Frame rates appear to be good today. But you can never tell when that changes. This latest 3.8 patch has a lot better frame rates than the original one. Probably by about 10 frames per second. It was pretty bad when they released it, frame rate wise. But it has gotten better with the latest patch. And you do notice 10 frames per second when you're running your VR. And I finally melted my freelancer max. I just got tired of doing trading missions, and every time you fill it up, the game would crash. And then it wouldn't recover. Then it says give you an option of recovery. You try to recover, it wouldn't recover it. So, there's 100,000 credits gone every time, and I finally got tired of it. You go around building credits, and then one trading mission, because the game crashes or DC, you lose it all. And people say, well, we put half. Well, 100,000 load in a freelancer max is only half my credits. This doesn't mean I don't lose them. And it does it regularly. You build so many credits, and it seems like your time is up for a game crash and to lose them. So I just melted it. I'm tired of it. I'd just rather do little missions and stuff and not have to worry about game crashes, losing your money, losing your credits, losing your cargo. Just something to get aggravated about after you work hard to build it all up. And though you can make pretty good credits when everything goes well, it's a lot easier to lose them. Like I say, in that freelancer, I think about 30K, that freelancer max, except for Laurinite, but you make about 30K a load. And you lose 100K when it crashes. So you have to do 3 loads to even make it up. And as I said, I just got tired of it. A couple years from now, you'll be able to, you won't have all them crashes and DCs. But for now, it just kind of takes the fun out of the gameplay when you have to worry about every time. Not whether you mess up, not whether you get attacked, but whether the game just crashes all by itself and you lose your money. And if you're lucky and the game crashes, you will recover, but I never recover when I have a full load of cargo. I mean, it gives me the option, you hit the button, and it says, tough shit. And of course, when you DC, you lose it anyway. You don't even have an option. I'm going to find a marker to get around this big old planet. Range.
Collecting data.
Jump.
Jump engine throttle. Initiated.
Range.
Collecting data.
Jump.
Jumping.
We're not jumping. It's spooled, but it's not picking up. Range.
Collecting data.
Range.
Collecting data.
What the hell's the deal here? Well, it's just Larry out there, for God's sakes. Star map.
Activating now.
Close star map. Little glitch. Jump. No, it's not. Just really giving me, oh, there it goes. Oh, server's in bad shape, obviously. That was awful long delay there. Could be a server problem. Which is probably why it wasn't spooling up in the first place. Server's telling me I have no idea where you're at. You are lost in space. This looks like it ought to be an ocean moon, not a frozen moon. Uh-oh. Range. Range. Now see, I do not like, whenever the marker is somewhere in the middle of the planet, I do not like that. I have a tendency to find out how it can kill me by jumping me right through the damn planet. So I always try to avoid doing that. Jump. Don't know how many times I have tried it, and it winds up killing me. Because it'll start taking off around the planet, and all of a sudden it'll just kill you. So. And now we're not in any trouble. Range. Just something I've learned. One extra little jump ain't going to kill me. If I don't, it will. Jump. Jump. And boy, I really appreciate that tip about chat staying off. That I will not forget. A little close to the ground. Thank God there wasn't a big mountain there. Landing mode. Lights. Kind of winter weather out there. If it was any worse, I wouldn't be able to use the lights at all.
Yet it's really helpful if people are saying dumb stuff all the time not to have it in your face.
Yes, I mean, you know, it just gets annoying. And really, that's basically what it is. Either that or somebody doing some serious complaining. Mobile glass. Let's see if I'm close enough to get some fuel here. Yes, we are. Fill her up. They probably expect a tip. We are complete. Exit seat. I got snow inside my ship again. That's to keep the lobster cold. Okay, where are we at? Over here. Yep, no windshield wipers on my visor. Uh, Should be an easy 6,000 credits. Yes, sir. Everything worked. Now, I could go ahead and buy cargo to put in this adventure, but it only holds 8 SCUs, so it's not like you're going to make a lot of money. However, if you're starting out in the game and you don't have any credits, I still think it's easier just to do some missions. Although you will find people that'll trade anyway. But it is listed as a courier. It's not really, I mean, it's a Titan basically. This is a Renegade, but it's the same thing. It just has a different weapon loadout on it than a Titan. And they call it, the Titan, they call it a small freighter, but really it's just a courier. And I would imagine there'll be actually shipments in the future, deliveries that you do a whole load, I would think, for this ship. Probably pay a little more money than just a single package. But $6,000, I mean, that's not bad. 6,000 credits for that little bit of, half-hour work. Pretty easy money. And you risk nothing. Startup. Take off. Cruise control. Star map. Let's see if we can get it. We'll go out to Hurston, I think. And then we'll, might switch ships there. Close star map. Marker. Get up in the air. We might not have to. Hey, look at this. Range. Change view.
I got an Avenger Stalker and I chained like 4 or 5 boxes from Arc Corp area to Hurston area.
Yeah, I mean you can load it up. I mean it's really like I say, it's really when you do that, it's it's quite profitable. Jump.
Jumping.
And I will bet as missions progress that there'll actually be missions that you need the whole load to do this ship in. Change view. I mean, there's just not enough profit in trading that you can really make it. I mean, I guess you could run drugs and make a decent, make a little bit, but then you're taking a risk of blowing your ship up all the time. But yeah, you can do several missions at once. Just make a beeline across the solar system, pick them up, and then deliver them. And it doesn't take all that much time, all that much longer when you pick them up in a row instead of going back and forth. credits to me aren't all that important in the game right now. I mean, we do have persistence now, and I have noticed it is working as well as it was in the PTU. I have a little arrow that I got my ass handed to me by a saber, and the weapons that I bought for it, I put ballistics on it, um, got rid of the gimbals, and they stayed on the ship. So that was definitely a plus. Persistence, like I say, even as simple as it is, they have it in the game right now, is a big plus. I say, really, the only way you can really lose money right now is trading. Um, because if you crash, you don't recover, it doesn't recover you, or you DC, you're going to lose your cargo or you're going to lose your credits. And right now, that's the only risk you have with your credits as far as I can tell. As long as the equipment you buy stays persistence. The only way to really lose money is cargo trading.
Did the Saber have mass drivers on it cause those are OP IMO?
I don't know what it had on it. And believe it or not, it was just an NPC, but I couldn't have hurt him. I tore him a new asshole for about 5 minutes, but I could never bring his shields down. And he finally got a lucky shot in, probably found a hole, a shield hole or something, and just one shot at me. But it was just an NPC. It's not like it was a pilot. And like I say, I must have fought him for 5 minutes, trying to figure out a way to get his shields down, and I never could. And I had ballistics that I upgraded to ballistics, and my ballistics weren't even passing his shields and hurting his armor. So it's possible it was just bugged all the way around. But he finally took a shot at me and just pretty much one shot at me with my shields all the way up. And he was firing lasers. I'm pretty sure they probably had a stock loadout on it, whatever, them four size 4 weapons are they got on them. 4 of them. But yeah, I played around with him for about 5 minutes on one of the bounty hunter missions. And I never hurt him. I mean, I was lighting him up something fierce and keeping behind him and the whole works, and just never ever took down a shield. And don't get me wrong, sabers have good shields. They regenerate real fast, but I never got, even with the ballistics, I never got past his shields to hurt his armor. Because I really figured I'd just eventually kill him, even though I couldn't bring down his shields. I'd just eventually do enough damage to his armor that I'd destroy him, but I never got him to change color. And I put a lot of bullets in his ass. I mean, I had fun. I mean, that saber was as maneuverable and as fast as that little arrow. So, I mean, I had fun with it, but yeah, ultimately, I got my ass handed to me from an NPC. How embarrassing. Alright, let's go down to Warville. Range. Whoops, that ain't gonna work till it cools down. Keep forgetting to wait for the cooldown. Range. Okay, way up here it looks like. Oh, 2,000 kilometers. We're on the other side of the planet.
Yeah,
No.
the arrow used to have 2 shield generators, and I think they nerfed it to 1.
Yeah, like I say, it just he eventually, and I don't think he didn't take down the shields. He just found a hole. And he does have size 4. You know, they do have size 4 weapons on him. Now it's not going to give me an OEM marker, is it? Now how... see, I'm looking for an orbital marker, and there isn't one. And I know darn good and well if I try to go directly to Lorville, it will pass me right through the planet. See that? Means it's on the other side and I cannot use an orbital marker. That's chicken shit. There's one finally. But there's not one on this side around the planet anywhere that I can use. And you can normally tell by the size if they're orbital. This might be one. There it is. Jump. I have tried to make those jumps to those places through the planet so many times, and every time I do, it kills me. Unless it's about at least, I'd say at least halfway out, it will not jump. It'll start to jump around the planet and it'll go, but all of a sudden it will kill you. Jump. Oh, range. So I have learned not to try it. Okay, where are you at now? Now you're not even going to show up. Jesus. Boy, it's... jump. It's just really giving me a rough time here. Don't you dare jump me into this planet, you prick. Yeah, their navigation system is something they need to work on. Range. Well, that didn't help any, did it? Jesus. Didn't help a bit. Won't allow me to jump around the planet. It's going to make me risk getting blowed up. Alright, let's see if I can get to the other side somewhere. Just have to jump around until we can get there because I'm not going to risk it. Jump. It's burned me so many times by trying that I just know better. And it's not like I have anything to risk, but that means I'll go all the way back to Lyra. No, I'll go all the way back to the R&R station when I respawn. Range. That's what'll happen. I'll go all the way back across the solar system to respawn. Yeah, I know I'm going a little fast to be turning, but you know what? We can deal with it. Well, where the hell's the marker here? Cruise control. Now I can't find the marker. Still on the other side of the planet? Come on. I am closer. See, there's just no way to. There should be a marker up there somewhere, an orbital marker, but see, there isn't. Just got it. Like I say, as long as they've been working on this, this should not be an issue. Jump. And don't get me wrong, if I'd have came in from a different planet, it wouldn't have made any difference. But computers in the future aren't smart enough to figure out how to warp you around the planet yet. Range. Cruise control. See, there's the one I want right there, but it's obstructed. And if I turn off the spooling, I can't see the marker. Like I say, they really need to do a lot of stuff to... they really need to fix a lot of things with their navigation system. They haven't been working on it, but it really is a pretty big piece of shit. Yeah, they're going to make planets this big. I mean, this happens at Crusader, too. You can't get around Crusaders. The orbital markers never show up. They don't have enough of them. I don't know what the deal is. They're in the wrong place.
Yeah, this game has so many workarounds. Someone could probably write an alpha handbook, LOL.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it just... Eventually, they'll maybe get some of them right. Still obstructed. But what are you going to do? But yeah, you should be able to use the OMs and wrap around completely around the planet. But the trouble is, they only got a couple of them up there, and you can't see them. I mean, OEM 1, I think, should be the planetary North Pole. And it may be. But see, there should be one between, at that distance from me, there should be one other one that I can see, and there is no orbital marker in my sight, except this one, which makes it totally useless. Now, how far I have to travel so far, or try to get around the planet far enough to be able to use it, till it turns green, or white, or whatever may be the case. I think the biggest thing is they're trying to be so tricky and different than everybody else. They just keep, you know, they're trying to reinvent the wheel for something that shouldn't be an issue. But see, they consider this game content. Well, if you can't get to your point of destination, you just got to keep flying manually. We got game content because it takes so damn long. There it finally goes. Cruise control. Jump. But after a few times dying because you try to jump around a planet, you learn not to do it. I know darn good and well that if I tried to jump just directly to Lorville, it was going to kill me.
Sometimes when I get outside the atmosphere I will have to reset my path on the star map.
Yes.
And it will include it.
Yes. Sometimes you get lucky. It will do that. Range. Now let's find out where I'm at.
OM marker in my path.
Now see, it jumped me to an OM marker, but it put me out of range of the planet. Now tell me that makes sense. See this? I am now out of range of the planet. And all I did was use an orbital marker. So now I have to jump again to the planet, which will probably put me right back where I started. Jump. I mean, come on. You people can't come up with a better system? After 8 years? Range. And no, it may not exactly be 8 years, but it's pretty long. 7 years anyway. Okay, now we're over here. At least now I can jump to it. See, now that I'm over the horizon here, this will allow me to jump. Jump.
Jumping.
That's an awful lot of trouble to cover that distance. It really shouldn't be that difficult. Oh, we're on the back side this time. How about that? Come on, give me my shit back. See, I got out of my ship and it reset my MFDs. That's another thing. I think we should, once we set our MFDs, it should remember our settings so we don't have to keep changing them around. And that's kind of nitpicky, I guess. Not that big a deal. It's just that we should be able to set up our instrument panel the way we want it, especially if you're going to use all these MFDs. But we have to reset them every time we get in the ship, especially in a ship like this where we only have 3 panels and they're going to decide which ones we're going to use. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Now a lot of ships, they have 5 or 6 panels and everything's up. Get over to the spaceport. Don't come in too low, you'll get violated. I'll get violated. Contacts. Close mobile glass. Landing mode. Oh, come on now. I was no near your marker. Come on. Jesus Christ. Did you see how high I was and how far from that marker I was? See that right there? And they're telling me that I violated airspace. Unbelievable. They need a big ruler is what they need. If they had a big ruler, that wouldn't be an issue. Whoops, slow down here. Let's put it in the hole.
I always thought the two black slots under the NSDs would be the warning lights, but the Avenger never got them.
No. They, well, you know what? They've reworked ships so many times. And they're going to rework them another 100 times. Make no mistake about it. And I'll see where there's my ladder. Change view. Change view. But there really ought to be, just like there ought to be, well, I didn't line that up too bad, did I? But there really ought to be, for these kind of hangars, there really should be landing aids that tell your ship where it's at without having to third view it. I mean, you can do it the other way, but it just takes so long. It's just really not any fun. Change view. You know. Now, whether they ever have that, I don't know. There was talk there for a while about having landing aids for these deep hangars. And plus, they're not like they make them very big. They make them the bare minimum size, basically, for your ship. So it's real easy to crash into the walls. And you have no landing aids to do it. So, like I say, I think so many ways they really need to rethink what they do is. I didn't fill that back up, and I may be sorry, but I could just claim it on insurance and not have to worry about it.
Or if that landing hologram would go all the way out the hangar, that could help.
Well, yeah, that would be a big plus right there. Just extended another, what, theoretically 100 feet above the hangar, so you actually knew where it was. Yeah, you can just tell by the nose of your ship whether or not you're inside the square once they have that extended. That would make the difference. What good do they do when they're inside the hangar themselves? You know, you've got to get past the hangar doors to be able to use it. So yeah, just extend that, whatever, you know, theoretically 100 feet or so past the hangars would solve the problem. I mean, don't get me wrong, on a regular landing pad or anything, it's really not an issue. Olisar, it's not an issue, I don't think. But places like here, Levski, you know, the Avenger in Levski is really not an issue. Because it's a small enough ship, the hangars are big enough. But some ships, it's a big issue. Okay, I'm going to take a break here for about a half hour, get me something to eat. I haven't ate breakfast this morning. Been too busy playing. And then we're going to come back, and I think we're going to take out a Cutlass Red and do an FPS.
Luckily, they have a lot of enthusiastic gamers like us who are testing it now rather than later.
Yes, that's true. Some people have made some really good suggestions. Make no mistake about it. And they, you know, and some things that bother other people don't bother me at all. So, you know, it's you know, we're all different, you know. But yeah, I heard a lot of people complain about this, and the newest one on the Carrick is people complain about they can't fire their own guns. Well, look at the size of the ship. What captain of a ship on a battleship fires his own guns? He's got crew that do that, you know, and they're complaining about that. I don't see that's an issue. I mean, you wanted that big ship, you want to be able to fly it like a single pilot plane. Well, it's not a single pilot plane. It was never designed to be. A hammerhead doesn't shoot its own guns. I don't see the difference, but boy, they have sure raised hell about it. I can't fire my guns. Well, it's not like you can point them anyway. The bigger the ship, the...
Yeah, it's a multi-cruise ship.
Yeah, and the bigger the ship, the less accurate, you know, it's like, it waddles like a cow. I don't know if you tried one in the PTU. I checked one out. And it handles like a fat cow, you know. So even if you had guns on it, you couldn't shoot nothing because you couldn't get on the target. I mean, how the hell you could have shoot a fighter aircraft with a big wallowing cow? Like I say, people are funny, and some of them have such great ideas, and then other people complain about things that just amaze me. Now, what's this guy? Here's somebody in a Titan out there. I guess he's going to land, but I don't see the doors open nowhere. Or maybe he took off. Some people just flip straight up and down and then take off that way, I've noticed. Or they land that way. I guess, see? Yeah, he's what he's doing. He probably came out of that hangar and just took straight off. Okay, we're going to take a break here for a half hour or so, and I'm going to fix me a sandwich. And we'll be back, and we'll probably go play with an FPS mission just to see if I can get myself shot again. I'm good at that. But they are fun, especially in VR. They are fun to do. So we'll be back in a bit.